So, this morning marks the day, or marks the time, should I say, that I'm going to take the spindle apart. So I'm going to start from the lid down by first of all removing the fence assembly. So get rid of the spindle assembly here. Love that. And undo the 4 bolts that hold the table, and then hopefully I won't blow an O-ring when I lift this table off. To an adjustable, which is not ideal because I don't really like adjustable spanners, but in this instance, oh, it's fine. They're hardly done up. This is a pretty typical example of a bit of 1950s engineering. So the bolt here that goes through up the main cast into the table actually fouls on the base. So there's a bit of the old classic richness in the casting going on here. Bugger me, actually. I don't know. Right, let's think about this. Pack it up with some trestles, get some posts and some ply, and slide it down to there, and then when someone else comes in, they can give me a hand. Let's get that set now. I tell you what, that's a weight. Oh, dear me. Oh. She's home. Something's a little bit rotten in Denmark going on here. We've got what should be 2 bolts to secure the rise and fall mechanism to the main body. We've got one in there, it's dowed, but we're completely missing the top bolt, and there's no hole in behind. Well, there is, but it's completely off centre. You can't hardly see it, and there's a blanking bolt in there. There she goes. God. Look at the state of that. That is absolutely hideous. Not good to see that. Beige metal box. Looks hideous. Right, there you go. That's that one out. Take that off while we're here. Well, as suspected, there is nothing wrong with this section of the assembly. The rise and fall. That's all working terrifically smoothly and exactly as expected. So let's blast this one out. Right, that's the bottom. See that? I know where it went. Alright. So the next course of action for me is to separate the spindle unit at the front from the motor unit at the back. Now the video quality is quite poor when I go in around the back. But yeah, that unit there is connected to the spindle unit at the front. Now I'm thinking, if I get 2 ratchet straps, put one underneath this lip here and go over the cast down into there, and the same on this side, underneath here, over the cast down in there, and take the weight of the motor if I swing this out the way, I apologise for the camera work. You can't really see, but there's a large arm there. This here. This is the piece that connects the motor that pivots like that to the spindle assembly, which is just here. 4 bolts, 2 here, 2 underneath. So take the weight of the motor, undo those 4 bolts. That separates the 2. And then I shall undo these, and the spindle assembly will fall away from the front. Oh, it's lovely. That is lovely. Yeah, ideal. Right, so I've undone those 2 there and those 2 bolts there. Now I need to take the weight of the motor before I completely unthread them. Right, that ain't going too far, I don't think. Access isn't fantastic, but it could be worse. Right, for some reason that's a different size head. Should be it. There she goes. Right, so she's swinging in the wind now. So the motor assembly is now disconnected from the spindle assembly. Christ, some of these, I'll tell you what, not even done up some of these. I don't know if my extension's long enough, to be honest. Right, that's all undone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, okay. So if we leave the middle ones on, we'll undo the rest. Right, here we go. Got to be careful now because the motor's going to be totally swinging in the breeze, as they say. But I think it's lightly corroded in place, which is advantageous in this instance. We're almost there. We can kind of safely say that that's it, she's gone. I'm under no illusions this is going to be heavy. Oh, it's manageable, to be honest. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. There you go. Right, let's make some room for that on the bench. Right, well, there's the spindle gone. So there was a little bit of corrosion in there. It's no wonder it wasn't going up and down. It wasn't very free at all. We can clean all those slides out. Not a problem. Just leaves the motor there in the back to get out, and that's pretty much it. Here it comes then. Hopefully. She blows. Now, she's gone, mate. And there's the bones of it. Came apart really simple. So the next stage is paint.